God, is that you?
No, it's Paul.
Okay, we are live.
No.
I still got it.
I heard that, Tom.
Do we have a computer open here or something that's,
Well,
A Zoom?
is it him or us? If it's him, who cares?
No, it's good. It's gone.
okay.
Paul, we ready?
Yes, sorry about the echo. We're good to go.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Somers Town Board regular meeting, starting here at 7:11 for Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Before we start tonight's meeting, can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Patty, can we start with roll call?
Councilman William G. Faulkner.
Here.
Councilman Richard G. Clinton.
Present.
Councilman Anthony J.
Right here.
Councilman Thomas A. Garrity Jr.
Here.
Supervisor Rob Scarano.
Here. Okay, I'll make the motion here to open up public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move. Anybody here for public comment? If anybody is here for public comment, please like you to keep it to 3 minutes or less. And when you come up to the podium, please give us your name and an address. That would be great.
Your beard has grown since the last time.
Jay Batch.
Yeah.
Jay Batch, excuse me, Jay Batchelor at Ross Drive. I'd like to see the speed control signs and the speed bumps come down. My understanding that you've got something like 4 people that promoted it. I can come up with a petition for a lot more people than that. I believe they encourage speeding in other areas. I believe they advertise that you're not controlling speed, that you're not writing speeding tickets, you're sprinkling stop signs out there. And I just think they do a lot more harm than good. And I know one person who's had their car damaged by a speed bump, which you're going to say she was going too fast, but you know.
So when you say the traffic pattern is changed and encourages speeding, can you just give me a little bit more on
I
that?
think it angers people. There was a lot of rubber in front of the lake, for the lake view. A lot of rubber appeared around the stop signs and the bumps. And I just think it advertises that you don't control speeding. I think I told the supervisor some time ago, I thought it'd be a great idea to take the speed limit down to 25. There's a lot of 25s in Connecticut on what I would consider major roads. And then write the hell out of 35. If you've got time to put a cop in there once in a while, sitting on a stop sign, use the same amount of time to sprinkle them around town and write a ticket once in a while, tell people that speed limit's being enforced. It's been going on since Harding. It's just never made any sense to me to be doing one thing to control something else because you're not controlling something else. I wish you'd give it some thought. I'm going to come up with a petition and see if maybe that'll get y'all's attention.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anybody else here for public comment? Come on up.
Smith.
Yes, morning, gentlemen, or afternoon, evening.
Hi.
All
Hi,
three.
There you are.
Third time's a charm. Dark out.
Want to just add to what Jay had to say. On, where they put those speed bumps, and I know people complained, and everybody knows who did it, who complained. They have a path right there to the right. And they walk in the street and they're complaining about the traffic going by. Why are you complaining about the traffic going by when you got to walk right to the right? Not even 10 feet away. And it's a nice walkway that Diggs did. Beautiful job, goes around the side over there, the lake, water department. Why are they walking in the street? Besides which, they don't pick up. Okay, they're complaining, they want to be righteous. Meanwhile, the dog takes a dump, they don't pick it up. You know, seriously. And why would you put the speed bumps down the road? These people complained about it. Put the speed bump in front of their house. Okay, like Jay says, I'm going to get a petition going because my second house is right across the street from the post office, and I could be there 24/7, and I'll get signatures. So, you know, might want to give that a thought. And what he said about the traffic, it affects me. Because when they go around Lakeview and up Bridge, it's a lot faster than going up Carpenter and going down Miller. Because when they hit Carpenter, they shoot up that hill 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And if you want to put speed bumps, put them on Carpenter and Tide. It'll launch them right through the intersection. Save on gas. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. You have a good one, Buck.
Anybody else here for public comment? No? Okay, and then I'll make the motion to close that public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. I'll make the motion here to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Patty, department reports?
I have reports from the town clerk, building inspector, zoning board of appeals, plumbing, Bureau of Fire Prevention, Parks and Recreation, planning and engineering, tax receiver, and director of finance.
Thank you. Business board. Some town board updates. The crosswalk between where DeChico's is to the shopping center across the street. We had just finalized the design. Now we're waiting for the final approval on that design. Our target date is for April to start that crosswalk. So I think it will be very beneficial for the kids that are walking from the middle school over there, SIS, over to there, and make it a little bit more walkable. Was that as well? And that takes me to just touch on a little bit here as well. You guys will see E on here, not number 2, and E, an application for required documents for the New York State Department of Transportation TAP grant and pedestrian improvements along 202. That's again, was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
We're going to apply for that grant for the sidewalks and crosswalks up to about $2 million with a 20% match. That will help with the walkable community here in the town of Somers, try to connect everything in the business historic district. So
So if we build that, and then we get a grant at a later date, I guess that's possible.
that's possible. Correct.
Good.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Just want to keep everybody in the loop of what we're looking to do here when it comes to that, and try to make Somers a little bit more of a walkable.
And that the plan for this, we had to submit a map or a proposed site for the sidewalk. It would end where?
Currently, right now, it will end right up to on 202 where the driveway is into the where Bobo's right there. The goal would be, if we got this grant, would be to continue that all the way up here to the Elephant Hotel.
On this side?
On this side of the street, yes, on the right side of the street, if we're coming at from here.
And there are property issues with
North
some of
side.
those.
Correct.
Okay.
And then if we continue that grant, if we got the funding for that, we would look to couple options. We haven't formalized that. Will we continue it down 100 more towards 116, or we make a right over here and go down 100 all the way down towards Mobile or to Burger Barn? So those are options that we would look maybe to do. But you have to get the grant first to be able to kind of have that in play. So
Now, we joined North Salem applying when the there's a proposed parking lot down 116 at MTA. We joined North Salem to join in on that on the Somers side of that proposed parking garage. And I think it would be a great idea down 116 for those people to connect the middle of town with the railroad station there. So just wondering, I mean, there's a limit to what you can do with money. I was surprised the MTA turned that down years ago. And then the other thing is that the Energy Environment Committee, that I know your brother's familiar with, has a plan years ago, and they applied for and received funding to produce the report, but not the funding. It was turned down for the funding to build it. It was to connect Reese Park up with with Primrose along that road, you know, and some people, you can go through the
You have to
the
cross
woods.
them.
Some people don't, you know, want their kids to do it, and I understand that. And then their other proposal was to connect the middle school all the way around Brick Hill up to the high school so that you could literally walk from Reese Park to here. Now, there again, you're got property issues in mind. I'm just saying, I think that the more we can do that, I've always said that's good for the town. It enhances property values. Every survey of what people are looking for, that's included. I'm delighted we're doing this. I just wondering how far, you know, 2 million will only get you so far.
Yeah, just depending how, you know, if we get it, depending how far you can stretch it. So, but we have to apply to hopefully we get.
So,
Yes.
yeah, so it's gonna cost a couple $100,000 to do the first piece, which is really, you know, getting the crosswalk over there. So we get safety for the kids making that crosswalk there. I mean, then the grant is for a couple of $1 million, right?
Correct.
So, you know, maybe you
Up
complete,
to 2 million.
so maybe you complete the sidewalk up from Bobo's up to the town first, and then you kind of figure
Kind
out
of figure
whatever.
out where we
The
go.
grant probably has different, you know.
Well, at the planning board, I guess last night, no, Tuesday. They were talking about that with what's gonna be proposed down there with the storage facility.
Mhm.
And that I believe they told me that the state has said they want to have a sidewalk along there, and they're going to have to either eliminate the wall that they had told us about or narrow it to create that, because at least it's on a state road. The state said they envision, which surprised me, this is what I was told at least, a sidewalk going from down there all the way up to the middle of town.
Hmm.
So I think I might. That's a long sidewalk.
The state
Oh,
envisions
so-
that.
That's what I was told. Yes,
State can do what they want.
and that's what they
Exactly.
want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, state.
Yeah.
They
go
want-
ahead.
Let them
Your
do
$2
it.
million.
Yeah.
More-
I don't think they said they were going to pay for it. Just that's what they.
Oh, no, of course not.
And that's their vision.
I still wanna-
I mean, it's just an interesting subject. To what extent, if any, do you make this walkable in the
Well, you know,
town?
kind of,
You can't sidewalk everywhere.
you know, what kind of frosts me is that crosswalk there from Bobo's, that we're paying for it. Okay, it's a state road,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
good point.
but we're paying for it, and we're gonna try to get grant funding to cover us. But it's a safety issue on a state road.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember when they came through and redid that, we were all upset years ago because we had just passed the Complete Streets resolution in town at the behest of the state, no funding, but we promised, here's what we're going to do. Going to be pedestrian, car, obviously, and bicycle. We passed that as a resolution. They came through, you know, we appreciate the fact they redid the road, but never asked the town supervisor, the town board, or the town highway department, hey, while we're here, do you want us to create any of those things that we just urge you to do? Which I just thought was just ironic, if at the very least. Anyway, it's a great subject. I'm glad we're going to do that, and the more that we can do, I think that's better for the town.
Yeah, this is a good thing. Go.
Awesome. All right, on to number 2. Authorize the supervisor to execute the following. A is on-call consulting services from Hannaford and Hardesty and Hanover. B is a proposal for planning review and development services of planning, development advisors PDA. And then C is proposal of Capital Markets LLC as bond advisors. D, and then D is the request to pay out 20 unused vacation days for Barbara Tabor upon her retirement at the appropriate date to be determined by Bob Kehoe, Director of Finance. E, we talked about a little bit now, just with the New York State Department of Transportation, the TAP grant for pedestrian improvements along 202. And F, the proposal to provide traffic peer review from Hardesty and Hanover LLC in the amount of $8,500. I'll make the motion to authorize supervisors to execute A through F.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved.
There's traffic though here for North Edge Realty. Essentially, they're gonna pay us for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's reimbursed. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Number 3, rescind the resolution from December 28th, 2023, appointing Kerry Ann Montano as a full-time probationary nutrition program director in the nutrition department effective December 29th, 2023, with a delayed start date no later than January 26, 2024, and an annual salary of $85,000. I'll make the motion to rescind.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. And then authorize the supervisor to designate a delegate or delegates for the Association of Towns Annual 2024 Conference held in New York City. I'll make the motion to authorize the supervisor to delegate.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So move. We go down to Parks and Rec, no additional business. We go to Financial, no additional business. Highway, there's no additional. There are current vacancies available, Affordable Housing Board, Library Board of Trustees, Partners in Prevention, and a Planning Board as well. And upcoming vacancies here, terms that are expiring in 2024, Architectural Review Board and a Parks and Recreation Board. If I go on to number 3 here, under Personnel, acknowledge the hiring of Robert Cossette as probationary full-time road maintainer in the town of Somers Highway Department at a starting salary until union contract determination of $53,314 at 90% of $58,349 with an hourly rate of 25.2473 for the first 6 months, and then he'll receive 95 after 26. And then upon completion for 1 year service, he will receive a full-time salary rate per memo dated December 6, 2023 from Nicholas DeVito, Superintendent of Highways, effective December 6, 2023. Mr. Corsett has passed the necessary background checks. I'll make the motion. We're just acknowledging it. So that's the acknowledgement there. And then number 4, authorize the reappointment of Nicholas Pasalides to the Partners in Prevention Committee for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2026. Make the motion to authorize the reappointment.
Second.
So moved.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nice.
Aye.
Moved. And then
He's very excited.
authorize the appointment of Joseph Manna to the Somers Veterans Committee to fill the vacant 2-year term ending May 31st, 2025. I'll make the motion to authorize the appointment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Planning and Engineering, no additional. Police, no additional. Consensus agenda, nothing on the consensus agenda. Calendar here, February 1st and 8th. Start time is 7 p.m. for a town board work session or a town board regular meeting. And then March 7th and 14th, we have a town board work session and town board regular meeting, both starting at 7 p.m.
Did we make that change in?
We
April?
have not. I'll put that on the agenda for next week. If
Did you talk about April?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
and I'll talk to you guys about it, how we want to structure that. We want to
Mm-hmm.
make it one later, or we want to go earlier. We'll
Gotcha.
talk in tech. Let me know.
Gotcha.
I have nothing additional here. Patty, do you have any fun facts?
I do have a fun fact.
You tired?
Wearing a tie can reduce the blood flow to the brain by 7.5%.
Oh, my God.
If
you notice,
thank you very much. Look at me. I'm only one up here without a
We're
tie.
gonna go to no tie rule then. We can't have any more
Thank
less
you.
blood flow going to these brains.
Already done its damage. Don't worry.
A study in 2018 found that wearing a necktie can reduce the blood flow to your brain by 7.5%, making you feel dizzy, nauseous, and causes headaches. It can also increase the pressure in your eyes if too tight and are great at carrying germs.
Wow.
Well,
100%.
And on that note, there is
thanks, Joe.
33 days till spring training.
Nice. Very nice. And I wanted to say thank you to all those who donated blood during our January 5th blood drive. We collected 42 pints. So that was a great job. And then Somers Partners in Prevention is excited to present Protective Power of Parents and Caregivers to keep young people safe and build them to be their best selves with Dr. Ken Ginsberg, MD, MS, ED as well. And that'll be Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, 7 to 8:30. And that is online. If you want to know, it's you can go to the link, www.no2prevent.org to get more information. I have nothing further. Anybody else?
Just want to say I was at a Partners in Prevention meeting, a presentation yesterday. It was really, it was great. They had an individual come there and talk about, the risky behavior associated with gaming and gambling, which is an interesting, situation. Partners in Prevention, originally started, pushing back on opioid and, marijuana abuse and education in the town and the school. And we were getting grants from federal government and also from the state because when they legalized marijuana, they also said, hey, look, we're going to also provide funding to educate everybody about, the issues that surround that. They've legalized gambling pretty much in the state right now. And, we're looking to identify, funding so we can, talk about some of these issues. And it's pretty interesting. It's risky behavior. It goes on in school.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it seems to be more acceptable because, you don't talk about drug abuse, but they talk about gambling.
Yeah.
And you have all these games and such that are either video games, they're not board games anymore. It's a multi-billion-dollar business and, they're designed to essentially, create addictive behavior. So, it was a great presentation and, we're going to try to take this to another step. We want to talk to, I recommended that they send you a note. Maybe we can kind of reach out to our New York State, legislators,
Mhm.
see if we can promote some of this, grant money, for this type of, education. And then, secondly, they have a program where they do Narcon training. And so they're working with the school as well. They're arranging with the new principal, of the, middle school to essentially train the staff there. So that's, another thing that they're doing. So doing a great job. Thank you, Kathy, and the
Thank you.
team there.
Thanks.
Okay.
Tom, anything?
I'm good. I was just watch out, gonna have some more weather this weekend and if long range forecast holds, we're gonna get some snow next week.
Oh.
So, batten down the hatches.
Nice.
Got that.
Bill?
I guess with the Jets and Giants way out, I have to say go Bills. They're the only New York team left.
Yeah.
Rich, anything?
Well, since Tom's mentioning winter weather, and Patty's mentioning start of spring training, 1 month from today is the final day of the winter sports basketball season for regular season. So if you haven't caught a game yet, come see the exciting Tuskers for either modified freshman, JV, or varsity, boys or girls.
You said 1 month?
The last day for competition, February 11th, and the sectionals will start several days after that.
Excellent.
Wow. Well, I think that's all for us tonight. I'll make the motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.